Hello, we are John and Kerry. We are travelling Australia and videoing our memories along the way. We love to share all the amazing places we find, adventures we get up to while attempting to catch a decent fish. Join us each week to see what we get up to. So we've left Cooper and we made it to the border. It's the Australia border here. Northern Territory, here we come. We're off to Uluru today. Are you on both sides? Split you in half.
South Australia. I'm quick.
You're quick, yeah. We stayed here last night and it's a 24-hour rest stop. There's Mount Connor out there. We're still about 130 k's from Uluru. This is the one that quite often gets mistaken for Uluru. We've just pulled up at Curtin Springs. This is the free camp section, unpowered. Plenty of room here for heaps of vans. We're fairly early, so there's not many in yet. That's the toilets there. And then you got the shower block here as well. It's $4 for a shower. You just go and pay for it and get your key. This is the restaurant. We got breakfast menu from 7 till 2, lunch from 10 till 2, and dinner services between 6 and 7 only. Order over there in the shop. The bird aviary, all the cockatiels. Let's do the characters. That might be a new mating thing or something. A cat? It's a young'un, is it? Oh, is it feeding it? Oh. Get it in there. We have arrived at Ayers Rock Campground. It's going to fill up with some water there. There's no water hookup. It's got to fill up and then move away. And that's our site just there. Not really seeing how that's going to fit in that. Anyway, I guess the car's just got to stay right out the front. I asked you to put the measurements in and you tell them you're 14 metres long and they give you that campsite. None of them look like they're very big at all. It's quite deserted here too. Expected a lot more people than this. We just went into the culture centre here at Uluru. Got our Uluru stubby holder. We collect stubby holders. I had to get one from here. There's a big rock through the trees there. We'll go and see if we can get a better look at it. You're not allowed to film or take any type of photography in the culture centre. Alright, a bit closer now. Just going to do this walk. It's only a short one. Kanya walk, I think. I'm not even going to be able to get close to pronouncing these right. Yeah, Kanya walk, I think it's called. And over there's where you get your segways from. Start the segway tours. We'll be doing that in a couple of days. This one's only about a 500 metre walk, I believe. One's on the way in. That's pretty cool. All these cool chairs sitting around everywhere. Some old Aboriginal paintings. A lot of it has faded. It's the family cave for many generations, it says. They were good, the ones that got right down in there. I have just parked it here for a minute.
Underneath the rock.
Underneath the rock, at the bottom of the rock. Definitely looks better in the sun than in the shade. This is the view from one of the sunrise locations you can watch it from. That's the Olgas way over there in the distance. They have got a new name, I'll have to learn that. I'm not sure what it is. So there's plenty of car park here for everyone. If that fills up, there's going to be some people here. Guess we'll see when we come. You can drive pretty close to it. This one's the Marla walk around this way. This one's the Mulla walk. So it takes about an hour and a half. This is also where you used to walk up. This is their permanent closure on the 26th of October 2019. This is the sunset viewing spot. You can just park along here, nose in. Sit in your car and watch it if you want to. We'll come back a bit later when the sun is actually setting. Do another 3 hours. We're going to do the Kata walk up to, which is the Olgas, up to a couple of lookouts. We'll definitely make it to the first one. We'll see how we go after that if we get to the second one. You can do a loop. I think it's 7.4 k's walk to do the whole loop. I'll have a look on these signs up here, see if there's anything. Otherwise, if you just do the 2 lookouts, it's okay to the first one, and 5.4 to do both and return. Grade 3, rough track, short steep hills. Valley of Winds it's called. So we're here. Go to the first lookout there. keep going. Oh, I think you'd go this way around to this lookout, or you can do the whole loop and we'll do the gorge afterwards. What are your grades and what it's like? I have 5.4, and if you do the whole loop, 7.4 k's, 4 hours. I like those words, very steep. Anyway, see how we go. This is the first lookout. That's the way you walk, down in along there and around and up there to the second lookout. The second lookout's 1.6 k's from here. The circuit walk 7.4. Grade 4 difficult, steep track and loose rocks. There's something else to be aware of too. They actually close the track once it hits 36 degrees. No entry at this point from 11 AM or when the forecast temperature is above 36 degrees. We're heading down into the valley now. John's a bit worried about that coming down on us. The valley down that way, and then we'll make our way to the second lookout. Up that way, yeah, we'll go up that way, straight up. That's high. Apparently the Olgas are higher than Uluru. And there's more up around here. The track is very, very rocky. It's hard to walk on it and look around at the same time. You miss the scenery because you're too worried about watching where you're walking. They got these drinking water stations along the walk, so that's good. 700 metres that way or 200 that way. We're not going to do the full circuit walk, but we will go to the next lookout, 1k. And it says we've walked 1.6 k's already. Sure feels like more. And it's been mostly downhill. So I'm whinging my ass off when we're going back uphill. Now we start the uphill climb. Nice little swimming hole here. This one looks a bit cleaner. Very clear. Bit of rock hopping back there through the creek. Now we've got to go straight up. Push me, John. Straight down, isn't it? And the wind blows you backwards. That's helpful. I guess that's why they call it Valley of Winds. Oh, that's cute. Didn't see that. We'll have to have a look at that all the way back down. Bit of a waterfall down there. Now which way do we go? Up that way. Oh, yay! That'd look really cool if the water was running out of it. So far down here. Anyway, it's a lookout, so we've got to go up somewhere eventually. We're kind of coming to the end of the track. Nearly there. Oh, that's pretty good. That's not a bad view at all. This is the second lookout. Let's head out over that way. We left at 9 o'clock in the morning. Wasn't supposed to be real hot today. I think it's top of 29, about 3 o'clock this afternoon. And the best part about it, in the morning, it's all shaded through the gorge. So if you left it till lunchtime, I think you'd get a bit hot walking up here. Now we're going to do the 2.6k return walk up to the gorge. Also here at the Olgas. Through that way by the looks of it. Everyone's gone. Here we go. It's a grade 3 rough track, short steep hills. And through the middle of there we're going. Nearly there. Nice little freshwater creek running down through there. The photos and videos just doesn't show how high that is. It's a long way up there. Nearly to the end. And that's the Olga in the full 3 of them. Unreal how tall they are when you get up close to them. So this is our last walk for the day. Kata Tjuta. The Olgas. And previously known as the Olgas. It's a lookout up here. And over there is Uluru. And not much else. Where are we going, John?
Field of Lights.
Field of Lights?
Whatever that is.
Cool, we'll check it out.
Yeah.
So my name is Andy. As we're driving along, I will give you a few details on how tonight is going to run for you. So the travel time out to the location this evening is only 7 minutes. Sunset tonight is at 6:20. From the location where the Star Pass will be held, you'll be able to see both Uluru and Kata.
Believe it or not, I'm eating a kangaroo burger. Check that out. Sunset that side, Uluru that side. The lights will come on soon. Hey, bar over there, yeah. Bar over there, wine over here, beer in John's hand. Just been fed. Yeah, that's it. Can't complain. Theatre lights and the drone show out there. Check the moon out up there. Looking good. You can hear the didgeridoos playing in the background. There's a boogeyman walking in the dark. Can't see you. Come out to Uluru with about 1,000 other people to check out the sunrise. It's a little bit dark at the moment on the rock itself, but that's where the sun's coming up. Walk up here to these hut things. This morning we've come out to do the Segway tour. That's them over there. And we're going to hoon around this big rock here. Alright, we've got had our practice, got our Segway sorted out. Really ready to roll. What do you reckon? Looking good?
I think I might be a favourite to follow.
Just turning along beside the rock. Neither of us have come a stack yet, so that's a plus. Touching the rock.
Yeah, take a photo of us in our ridiculous outfit. Can I come and stand there too? Can I get a photo with you? Another name for it at the moment is Smile Cave. Looks like a mouth. A lot of people say shark mouth. I can totally see it. The white markings in the rock, or anywhere around the rock, you'll see heaps today. It's literally just bird and bat poo, nothing exciting. But just so you know what that is. Has anyone heard the term Tjuta before? Tjuta or Dreamtime stories, creation stories, yeah. Just the indigenous creation stories. This would have one of those stories to it. So every little marking in the rock, any rock on the ground, some of the trees, all the plants, the animals, they all have a story, a creation story, a Tjuta story of how it got there. These stories, they start teaching them to little 5 or 6 year olds. The Ananu kids, when I say Ananu, that's the indigenous community here. Ananu just means people of the Western Desert, so that's the name for them here. They start teaching little 5 or 6 year olds, teaches them laws, land markings, how to do things, how to hunt, things like that. I'll give you 2 stories when we get around to them, so you get a bit more of an idea of how they work. This would have a story. I don't know it. I'm not Ananu, non-indigenous, so I don't know the stories. But it would make more sense once I tell you them. We are about to cross a little bridge just up there. This is the hill I was talking about. It's very cruisy. Just get your momentum, get up on the hill. Once you're on the bridge, watch your tyres, stay in the middle. It's quite narrow, just like the track. Yeah, you'll be right. Just give each other enough room.
This is certainly the way to do it. So much easier.
He got all the fallen trees and he made a bunch of these chairs and tables as well. We'll go past heaps of them. I think there's 16 around the rock. They're all different. They are worth up to, these chairs, $40,000, these chairs. So you just start in $40,000 chair. Yes. It's chained into the ground, that's it. So you can't steal it. Electric trucks. I don't know how you would, but probably
Chained to the ground like everything else needs to be around here. It's chained to the ground, she said.
These trees as well, these are called desert bloodwood trees. They're all the trees around us right now. The Ananu people, the indigenous community here, will use this part of the tree. It can get pretty big and it's like a bowl shape, or they can get small. Whatever size they want, the women, they get a rock, chip it off, that's in their bowl. So breakfast bowl, dinner bowl, whatever you want to use it for. Once you cut into the tree, that sap then starts to show, looks like blood, that's why it's called a bloodwood tree. That sap is bush medicine. They use it as an anti-inflammatory, rashes, burns, anything like that. It's gone within 2 hours. They still use that today. This same tree they used to make the didgeridoos as well. Desert blood.
Yeah, we're just tuning along the road.
This is Waḻpa Gorge, or the climb site. So the old climb site, big white line going up the rock. That's just erosion of hundreds of thousands of footsteps that went up that rock. Eroded that rusty
That's steep,
layer
hey?
In the middle of the white line, there's a slight red line. That's obviously where the chain was. People didn't walk where the chain was, so the rusty layers stayed there. These rocks at the bottom of the white line, they look like they're stuck to the rock. This was known as Chicken Rock. A lot of people climb to the top of Chicken Rock, chicken out, come back down. So it got its name Chicken Rock. The chain didn't start to the top of Chicken Rock, so that's why a lot of people got a bit nervous, which is very fair. Yeah. What you can see as well is only just under a third of the way up. Those that are on that we picked up, or that you got your own car, when you drive out, look back at the rock, you can see the white line go right to the top. It looks pretty cool. And you'll keep in mind what Chicken Rock looks like, how big it looks. When you head out, it's going to look like this big, and you realise how tall the rock is. It's really cool. So people have been climbing the rock since 1920s, 1930s, and then they put the chain in 1964. A guy named Peter thought of the idea for safety. Parks Australia said, yeah, go for it, put the chain in, just make sure it's the average waist height of a human. He was a very little guy, 5 foot something, so he just went off his waist to end up being about this height. It wasn't not good. That chain stayed there till 2019. 1985, that is the year of the handback. So the year that the Anangu people, that Indigenous people here, got ownership, some sort of ownership back of this national park. When they got ownership back, they own it together with non-Anangu and Anangu people. But when they got it back, they signed contracts, said, yeah, you can have your land back, but keep the climb open and lease the land back to Parks Australia for 99 years. So basically, after the year 2085, the Anangu people will have full ownership back of this land. No non-Anangu will have any ownership. They can do anything they want. They can close it, keep it open, who the hell knows. That's why we ask for everyone to respect it. So you keep following their rules, they'll keep it open. 2017, that's when they announced we're closing the climb on the 26th of October 2019. So 2-year notice for tourists, mainly the tourists, and for tourism out here to figure out what the hell is going to happen. This was advertised as a climb site. So you get on the plane, you fly to Uluru, you get picked up at your hotel, dropped off here on a big bus, you all get out, 100 of you at a time, climbing the rock, you get back down and you go home. That's the end of your Uluru trip. There was nothing else out here. They had a few other activities, but there was no segways, no field of lights, no barbecue dinners, nothing like that. In that 2 years, that's when all of this was created to bring tourism, keep coming back. They closed it for a lot of reasons. There was so many reasons that went into it, like cultural, environmental, but the biggest one was the safety. So 37 people that they counted fell to their death climbing the rock, the youngest being 8-year-old little girl. There was more, they're the only ones that they have on this paper. A lot of people died at the bottom, at the top, the hospital, on the way to the hospital. A handful of people died getting back to the hotel room. Dehydration, heart attack. So it was closer to 100, 150 deaths altogether. Yeah. Obviously, thousands of broken bones. Get to the top, it's not flat, you're going to roll your ankle, broken ankles, big thing. Even just catching yourself before you're going to break your wrist, things like that. If anything like that happens out here where you need to go to the hospital ASAP, the nearest hospital is Alice Springs. We're closer to the nearest space station than we are to the hospital, literally. Fun fact, you'll hear it on all your tours. But yeah, so you got to get a helicopter, that's the only option. They started landing helicopters on the top when they were picking up people that were dehydrating or breaking bones, whatever. You get to the top, you're going to be drinking a lot of water on the way up. It's bloody hot, sun's straight on you. Get to the top, drink more water, have some food and go to the toilet. So a lot of people going to the toilet, number 1s, number 2s, whatever you need to do. There's no toilets up there and there's no bins up there. Obviously rubbish things like packets of chips, all of that was left up there. But they found a lot of water bottles, sunscreen bottles and camera batteries. I don't know why, but they were all left to the top. All the rubbish, all your toilet business. Then we get these big rainfalls. When it rains here, it buckets down. There's no like sprinkling rain out here, it just buckets down for a solid day. This washes all of it to the bottom in the water holes where the kids are swimming and animals are trying to drink. Kids getting infected head to toe, still at risk today. Rangers still finding rubbish coming down today. All of the little crevices, they're getting stuck in there. They'll eventually flush out, but it's taking a while. Animals, the water's disgusting. They went and found somewhere else to drink, that's why there's no wildlife out here. There's nothing for them to drink or eat. The buffalo grass made an impact as well. Camels kicked half the animals out as well. Camels are a pest, if you didn't know that. Yeah. Obviously the respect thing as well. People just being stupid. There was a lot of stupidity. There's a Segway tour guide watched a mum push a pram up with a baby in it. The mum's going up every day with newborns, babies strapped to their fronts, their backs, things like that. Guy dragged his push bike up because he didn't want to leave it here to get stolen. A guy, this fence at the bottom wasn't here either. Guy drove his like full drive, like just up the rock, got stuck there for 3 months. There's no tow trucks out here, so it just stayed there for 3 months on the rock. People just being stupid like that, yeah. So it's about Kata. Kata's a blue-tongued lizard who was travelling from Tjuta. He made his way here. Once he got to the rock, he was pretty hungry from all the travelling he did, so he needed to go out for a big hunt along the base of the rock here. He came across an emu. This emu had a spear hanging out of its thigh, meaning someone had already hunted him, meaning it's someone else's emu. Being the greedy little thing that he was, he saw it as an easy meal, grabbed this emu, started chopping him up, getting ready to cook. While he was doing that, 2 hunters approached him and said, "Hey Kata, have you seen our emu?" Hiding the emu behind his back, he lied straight to their face, "No, have not seen your emu." 2 hunters, they knew that he was lying, but they walked off anyway. Kata grabbed all this emu meat that he had cut up, started running to the top of those green markings, the little caves up there. That's his little home up there. He took all this emu meat up there. Running up there though, he dropped a lot of it behind him, leaving a big trail of emu meat. The 2 hunters, they came back, they saw this big long trail, followed it, knew where it led to, knew who it was, so they started a big fire at the bottom of these caves. Fire obviously creates smoke. All this smoke travelled up into his caves where he was, started coughing, spluttering, eventually choked him out. He fell out of the rock, rolling down the rock, leaving all his lizard skin behind him. So he is meant to be one of the rocks down there today, could not tell you which one. But again, these stories have lessons for the little kids. The lessons are: 1, don't climb the rock, you're going to fall. 2, don't lie, don't take what's not yours. If you do, always give it back. The last thing it teaches them is how to catch a blue-tongued lizard. You smoke them out. So it's pretty good.
This is the highest part of the rock now, tallest part, side. And it's tall. We're trying something a bit different. This is the sunrise location over Ayers Rock. And we're going to have a look at what it looks like for sunset. There it is there. Head up here to the looking area. Might look alright, might not. Might not see anything. Let's give it a go though. Starting to come around it a little bit. That's it from us this week. Thanks for watching. See you next week.